situation. This isn't very formal, so please really want you to feel free to ask questions or interact and engage, right? This is really all for you. And getting to know each other. So my name's Alicia. I think. My name's Alicia. Okay. Andy? Andy. Okay. And so I know Kelly, and I know Linda, and I know Rhonda, and I know Mary Ella, and I just met Deb.
Lori.
And Lori. And then this is Laura. And this is Stephanie. And Carol is our cameraman. And Layla is behind the scenes.
Thank you.
We got a dream team going on here today. Does anybody have any questions up front? Comment? Anything right out the gate? Okay. So I'm going to let Laura loose. I know this is a service seminar. We are going to mostly focus on service and questions and really whatever you guys want to talk about. I have material, but really this is focused around you. So, like I said, I started riding back in 2004. One of my best friends kind of inspired me. I rode on the back of a Harley in '99 in the Rocky Mountains, and I was like, oh, it's so cool. And then I moved to Florida, and one of my best friends was like, man, you're such a motorcycle chick. You know, you need to get yourself a motorcycle. And I was like, I don't know. You know, like I'm kind of afraid to sit on it. Maybe I'll break it or something. Like, okay, well, this is ridiculous. Get yourself in a class. So I signed up here back in 2004. Took a class long before I worked here. Had great instructors and felt super confident when I came out of there. He took me to an open parking lot on his motorcycle, which was an 1100cc motorcycle, gave me the keys, and literally disappeared. And I'm like looking around, like, I don't even know how to start this thing. I'm like, I don't know how to start it. And I was like, echo, and I was like, okay, I gotta learn how to start this. So I was like, I'm not driving this bike, and like 1100, I mean, all y'all ride, so you know that's a good little bit of motorcycle in me, I guess. So I got myself going around that parking lot and didn't quit, and I was serving tables at the time, and so he went on vacation and said he wanted to be on a motorcycle. I was like, yes. So I rode it every day to work, rain or shine, and had a blast until I was like, I don't even need a car. So I did that for about 8 years. Didn't have a car, just rode a motorcycle. I just such an adventure. It's a great time. So anyway, I just want to give you a little bit of my background. It's just inspiring that, you know, women are riding motorcycles and just kind of just being women, you know, like not having to be bound by society or what it thinks. So hopefully we're all here, huh? Yeah, here. That's right. That's pretty inspiring too. So our owner, the owner here at Stormy, knows her, has met. She's awesome too. She's super supportive of the whole motorcycle industry, but specifically also women too. So she's an inspiring woman. She, I don't know, I think she might be telling you this. She's VP of Nokia that existed of sales at Nokia. So she's been there, done that. We're a pretty inspiring woman to work around and kind of be mentored by. So if you ever get to meet her name is Janice. Super sweet. She might come down and we'll see. Maybe I'll call her and see if she'll come down and say, hey, y'all haven't met her. So we're going to go through, like I said, we're going to focus on service. Laura's going to talk a little bit about some stuff she's got prepared. You come through. Everybody gets a little bit shy. Then we will, so lunch will be available for you if you want. And then we're going to go for like a little short ride and we're going to the brewery.
Yeah, we're going to the brewery. So
oh, yeah.
We can take whatever route. I mean, we'll discuss it later. We can take whatever route you guys want. We can go straight there. We can take a kind of a scenic route, whatever everybody's
up for.
Yeah. If you didn't bring a bike, you're following us in your car. Okay? I'm looking at, I don't even know. I don't know. I see a lot of bikes out there, so there's a lot of motorcycles. Anyway.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to let Laura come on in. You here for the seminar?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I brought my gear.
What's your name? Erica. Erica, nice to meet you.
Right on the bench. I don't have a rear seat. I got a solo seat, so. I'm a man. What do you?
Okay, Laura, take it away. Erica, so I guess let me just kind of bring up speed here. So it's a service seminar mainly. I just kind of told my background about riding. We want this to be like for you, so please feel free and comfortable to ask questions. I know when I first got into it, my whole point in telling you was when I first got into the whole motorcycling world, like I said, I was like scared to sit on the bike and ask questions. I don't want to look stupid, and so this is really kind of an open forum. We have content, but if you want specifics or want to talk talk about motorbikes specifically or whatever you want to talk about. Okay?
Okay. Okay, so Alicia just gave you some background on her. I actually knew her during this time when she got that bike. And I was a roommate of hers at one point, and she would come in the wintertime in full leather. It would be cold coming home, and she would just, like, her hair would be damp from the dew, and she would take off that leather jacket and start unzipping her chaps, and it would be like a 15-minute process to watch her. And then she would unplug her heating gear and just take it all off and be like, oh. So we're going to talk about riding gear, safety gear. Again, ask any questions that you want. What is the first thing you notice about this rack?
High vis.
High vis, bright colors. What my manager says, Julie, she says bright is right. So the brighter you are, the more chance of you being seen is. I have a lot of ladies that they will look at this pink and they'll go, oh, I'm so sick of pink, it's so bright. And I'm like, and a lot of them are riding on the back of their husband's bike, and I'm like, you're going to be seen. Because if you think about the rain, it's cloudy, and you don't have any sunshine, so maybe this looks ugly to you. Some people just are tired of pink, but it's going to be, what do you think this is right here, the riding? Yeah, you got reflective gear, so you got those headlights behind you, and their windshield washers are going, and they can't see so well. They're going to be seeing you. So bright is a great way to go. I'm going to start off with the jackets, the riding jackets. This is a mesh jacket, so it's light enough to be worn in the summertime, fall, spring, but it also has pockets. I don't know how familiar y'all are with jackets, but it has pockets in the shoulders, in the elbows, and then on the back where you can put body armor on, so that if you ever happen to meet the asphalt or the concrete, you've got some protection for your shoulders, your elbows. Those are the things that are going to hit when you're going down, and your back. Okay, so this is a nice lightweight jacket. It's not too crazy out there. The piping is reflective on it, so you got a little bit of reflective action, but it's not a crazy color. We've got this jacket. I'm showing you some of our brand new stuff. This is brand new out for the summer and next fall. And you can see on your tags, like when you're shopping, look on your tag and they will tell you on the tag what the features are. So if you don't want to spend a lot of time, it says body armor pockets. So we know that you can put body armor in this and help make it more protective than just a lightweight jacket or a, I don't have one here, but like just a knit jacket or something. And then it also has adjustability, and then talks about perforated material, and that'll be for the venting for cool. The other thing to think about is if you're comfortable, you're going to be riding safer. How many of you have a bike now that you're riding? A lot of you, yeah. So if you're not comfortable, do you know how you start feeling? Like agitated, or you're wiggling, and you're not going to be thinking about the road, the traffic. So Harley tries to make everything comfortable depending on what situation you're in. If you're in the hot weather, if you're in the cooler weather, if you're in the cold weather, if you're in the rain. How many of you ever got caught in a rainstorm?
Oh, sure.
Oh, don't you just love that?
Twice.
Really? Taylor, you? Did you say you? Yeah, twice? What'd you do?
Just keep going.
Yeah. And do you ride with a helmet?
I do.
How many of you ride with a helmet all the time? Oh, yeah. Because sometimes those raindrops feel like spears hitting you. Ping, ping, ping. Yeah.
Somebody said acupuncture.
Acupuncture. Yeah. Yeah, and the bugs. What are you doing with the bugs? Are you riding with the love bugs?
Yeah, we rode through Webster and we were just swarmed.
Yeah.
And they hurt. Ooh.
Yeah. And then
Even with a windshield.
Yeah.
Especially the love bugs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what she was
We
saying.
wouldn't think they hurt because they're so like lightweight.
Yeah.
But when they come 60 miles an hour, they hurt.
Yeah, it's true. Ping, 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 ping. I work in rentals as well as motor clothes.
All the time.
And the rental customers ride up, and the bike is just covered.
Massacre.
And yeah, and then their Sunshield is just bing, 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 bing. You're like, oh, how can you even see? And then
Yeah.
a lot of them have these big beards, and I'm always looking at them. How is there one bug's all in there?
Probably is.
So true. I know. I checked this guy out last week, and I was like, I don't see anything.
They're in there.
Yeah.
They're in there.
Yeah. This is a 3-in-1 jacket. So it's mesh. It's got this removable hoodie that is a very warm hoodie. So, you know, sometimes when you get caught, it's amazing. It can be 89 degrees, but if you get caught in the rain, all of a sudden you get chilled, don't you? So this is something that you can put on or put off. If you have saddlebags, you can put that in your saddlebag. If you get chilled, stop and put this hoodie back on and warm you back up. And it just snaps, really easy snaps. Are like 5 snaps, snaps back in. It's got some reflective piping and reflective on the Harley-Davidson logos in the one, so that helps you to be more visible as well. Again, that's called 3-in-1. This was brand new. Linda's buying this today. By the way, any other clothes you buy, today's 15% off since you attended the seminar. So any of the riding gear. This I love. Brand new. It's a lightweight jacket. It's got a little bit of the reflective. It's a very simple jacket. It's got venting. I love the inside part.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because you know we want to be stylish. So I brought what they are matching it with. This little tank, because it's the summer, so you want to wear your cool tank, but you want to have some coverage while you're riding. And isn't that cute? Aaron is so cute. So we've got some cream colored stuff that goes with this as well. Now, of course, the most protection you're going to get is from what? Leather. And if you need asphalt or concrete and leather, you're wearing a cowl. And what I love is that they've done a beautiful reflective bar and shield back here. So it's nice and classy looking. It's got the venting, so you can zip these up when you're cool. And you can, you know, if you get caught in the rain, it's not going to hurt your cowl.
That's cool. Is that really reflective?
It is. This is reflective.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
I like that it's reflective without being loud.
Yes. Yeah, the front is reflective as well. So you've got that reflection on both sides. And it's, you can pull out this hoodie as well. Just wear the jacket or just wear the hoodie. It's got an inside zipper right there. So we've got a lot of features that are convenient with your cell phones, protective, and classy looking as well. Now, let's go over to helmets. All of you, from what I can tell, wear helmets, right? I'm trying not to get in the way of them. I'm going to start with one of our little helmets right here. So this is a nice decorative helmet, but one of the things it has is a zip-out ear cover. So I find a lot of people that don't like wind on their ears. And again, we're talking about if you're not comfortable, you're going to start getting anxious on the bike, and then you're going to start riding with anxiety, and it's just not as safe. So we want you to be as comfortable as possible. So they give you several options. So we've got several helmets that have this zip out feature. It's got some decoration. One thing is that this is it. What you see is what you get. You got a little sun visor right here, a little lip to keep the sun a little bit off of you, but that's it. Now, if you look at this next helmet, real similar. It's got the zip out inner lining there, so you can have your ears uncovered or covered, but it's got a little sun shield. A lot of helmets come where these are interchangeable, so you can do a dark lens or a light lens. And if you wear glasses, prescription glasses, this is just wonderful. So you can keep your glasses on. We have quite a few different styles of helmets that have this little sun shield.
What's the price on that?
This one is $195. This is $195. This one's $200. So you're paying for pretty. 15% off today. This one we just got in, and I love the color. It's blue. This comes in silver, and it also comes in black. This is a full face shield. It's got a vent at the top. Obviously, you don't need a sun shield because you have this, but you can flip this up. You know, when you stop at the light and you're just idling, and you want to get a little more air on your face and just kind of take a breather, pop that up. It's a really pretty color. And then here, have y'all seen our modular helmets? Do you have a modular?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Exactly like that, yeah.
Okay. It's vented as well. You can pop up this shield just like the one I just did. Or, obviously, you can pop the whole thing up. A lot of guys like this.
Whoa.
They like to stop at the light, pop the whole thing up. And then you can
It's a
talk.
transformer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's way too much work.
And then you can just talk. It's easier when it's on your head. It's just
I guess.
but because of the way I'm holding it, and I've got bling on me, and I don't want to scratch anything. But a lot of the guys like this, if it's something that you want to feel more protection of, all our helmets that we sell are DOT approved. And then we have, of course, multiple colors and many other styles. We can order most things, so if you don't see what you like, but you know it exists out there, most helmets we can order, most clothing we can order. We'll really work with you on doing that. What else? Let's talk about some gloves. How many of you wear gloves? Few, but not everybody. Like guys wear gloves a lot, but I don't see the ladies wear it that often. One of the things I wanted to bring out, obviously for the summer, you don't want to get hot, and gloves are hot. So I brought out just the half gloves, fingerless gloves. These, we have a vendor. She brings in some of her products. It's Milwaukee leather products. She's got some gel padding in this, and so I thought I'd bring that out just to show you guys. So if your palms get weak or get sore, you might want to think about getting some gel padding in your gloves if you wear gloves. These have a little bit of padding, but it's not as thick as that. So these are the Harley. They're reflective as well. So it's just something to consider. Last but not least, shoes. How many of you have a pair of riding boots? Everybody, y'all are just all set.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do we think?
I got my Skechers on. Yeah, that's bad.
Skechers are great.
Oh man.
What do you think about riding in these?
I would love to, but I can't.
Now, why can't you?
I don't want them to get hooked up on the clutch, the brake. They
Yeah, I
flop.
want to lose a toe if I take a
And they'll
toe.
lose them. Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll get burnt. So many reasons.
It's true. Yeah, you'll get sunburned, first of all.
Sunburn.
Yeah, but you can scrape a toe.
Ones are on my feet.
They're cute, and
Yeah.
you can keep them in your saddlebag for when you get to the beach on that trip.
Oh, Laura, you're so smart. Of course.
Yes, that's a great idea.
God, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, put them in your saddlebag and then just whip them out and take off your whatever you're wearing on your trip. How about these?
Yeah, those are nice. I don't like white though.
Well, we have them in black as
There you
well.
go.
Black. I notice a lot of ladies who are involved in service or in riding, they see white and they're like, I don't want to clean that.
Yeah.
Those who just are the stylish passenger, they like that. So we have these in black as well. You're not going to get as much protection because it's canvas, but it is some protection, and it's obviously more than the sandal, right?
What do they run?
For $80, I think.
60. 15% off today.
Oh, I like them too.
Not today.
Not the clothes.
Not the clogs. Now, why not the clogs?
No.
Why not? Tell me why not. Is it something you don't like, or are you looking at safety?
I would wear it falling, I can slip right out.
Yeah, it's like the flip-flops.
Yeah, it is similar. You don't have that connection.
You're certainly protected though on the toe.
Right, you're not going to get the sunburn, right? But you do have some slippage going on. So this, and I've seen people ride in bare feet, so you're allowed. Wouldn't recommend it. So for safety, you've got some leather coverage, but again, if there's any kind of accident or if you're starting to get insecure on your bike, your foot's going to start slipping. You're not going to be as steady, obviously. What do we think about these? Yeah, over the ankle, first thing. And then you've got a nice, look at that tread on there. So you've got a good tread to grip when you stop at the lights. It's cute, it's got a little bow.
Yeah, it's cool.
This is the one pair I ordered because they were so cute. Julie orders most all the boots, but I'm like, I want the bow. So yeah, and you've got leather, and so if there's any scraping going on, you've got all this protection from the sole up here. Okay.
Did you already ask how many people wear full face helmets, or did we just ask?
I don't think I did. What? So how many wear full face?
Wear full face helmets.
I wear mine's full face modular.
Okay. Full face module?
Yeah, full face modular.
You have full face module?
Me too.
Yeah.
And
Sometimes.
I didn't know what that means.
The smaller helmets are really light, but I also have a full face.
Okay. Right.
It's
So you have several helmets.
90% of them are full face.
Yeah, it's really weird.
90% what?
Yeah, I got it. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I need to practice riding with. I have a full face helmet. It's a Harley, but it's really cool. I need to practice riding with it. I'm afraid to use it because I get claustrophobic. I feel like I can't see really well. So I think it's just a matter of practice.
Well, with the modular, at least for me, then if I want to open it, I can see a little bit better.
And like
Okay.
wind too, right?
And
Like
the wind
off
too.
this hook, you know,
Yeah.
like when you're at the.
Well, they're so much better on the highway.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going 70 and you
And-
got that half shell on you,
It's like, and then like here to get a headache.
yeah, exactly. Your head's
Oh,
on that.
true.
It depends on which one you have too.
Yeah.
But my field of vision on mine is a lot farther back than the first
Yeah.
helmet that I had to stop.
Oh, really?
Here.
Yeah.
Mine goes all the way back now.
My husband has that issue with mine. He says it feels like that's so far back.
So it's something to like look at if you're very listening to a full face helmet for sure.
Very hot too in the summer.
Yeah, sure.
It's like
But you can open the visor, like just the
Right.
visor, just
Just
like
like
a little bit.
right here,
Yeah,
yeah.
just
Yeah.
lets
Yeah.
air. And they also have that sound and stuff like that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, mine's ventilated. It's a real nice helmet. I haven't even looked at it in a long time. I don't remember exactly what it is. I'm just so scared of it. But I don't know. Maybe I just need to go old school, run into the parking lot or something to figure eight full face helmet. It freaks me out. When I picked up my bike from here, I brought the full face helmet because it was like 30 degrees outside that day or something. And then, but then when I put it on and I got on my bike, and this is the first bike that I've owned, and I'm starting to ride home, and Jared was like claustrophobic. I'm like, yes, I'm like white knuckling it already. So he lent me one of the rental helmets.
Oh yeah.
And so, and I left my helmet here with him. I was like, here, this is collateral, man. I cannot get home with this thing on. I felt so weird.
Okay.
And then again,
Start for life.
if you're not comfortable, you're not as safe.
Right.
Yes.
So you really have
And
to
they're
find
also a
what's
little
comfortable.
heavier too.
Yeah.
They're heavier on your neck.
Well, do y'all have any questions? I really appreciate your attention, and I'm done.
No, that was great. Thanks so much.
I wheel myself out of here.
I'm just gonna wheel myself out. Okay. Alicia
Me and you.
is gonna go over some service stuff.
So exciting. Okay, so do you guys have anything right off the top of your head you want to talk about? Like, I guess, you know, been here for a long time and everything, so do you have anything you want to talk about, like right off the top of your head for service? Again, I have a bunch of content, but I want to hear from you. Okay, that's right, we'll warm everybody up. Alright, so I'm hoping you will leave here feeling a little bit more comfortable about your motorcycle, about your riding, about just being confident and kind of being able to. So maybe you're not a mechanic, maybe you're not a mechanically inclined, but you can find your way to get to the information you need to arm yourself, right? And then find something you can do, right? So it's such a helpless feeling, kind of when you don't even understand, or it just kind of garbles up and doesn't make sense. And there's just so much information out there that you have access to that I know all of you are very capable of accessing, at least, to kind of further your journey along. So that's really kind of my MO those days to talk about that. And then little tips here and there. I have, since you're specifically Harley-Davidson riders, a little peek into the future for Harley-Davidson too. I went through another seminar earlier this week about the electric vehicle. Super excited about that. I know some people aren't, but I am stoked about it because I feel like it's a revolution happening just in the whole industry. And then Harley-Davidson specifically is coming out with a bang, so that's really exciting. I just want to kind of talk a little bit about that. And then we talked about pre-ride checklists. So we'll start there. Have you guys ever heard of T-clocks? When you guys took your class, you guys ever heard of T-clocks? Okay.
Yeah, I can't tell you what it means.
I know, like tires and clocks, right? That's what that stands for.
So we're gonna dig it out. We're gonna dig back in those cobwebs and look at it. So we'll go through it together. Got a little, I need my rider stuff.
Rider? Sure.
Wanna write for me? Okay. So everybody's got either a white or yellow sheet, and it's T-clocks right in front of you. I'm gonna break this down. So we kind of talked.
Not so much.
Everybody got her?
It's not flavored either.
Whack. So let's break this down. It's pretty super simple.
I
Tires
know
and
this is
wheels,
live.
right? So we're just doing like a pre-ride inspection. The more you do this, the more it's going to be the more it's just going to come kind of naturally, and you're going to learn to hear your own motorcycle. And you're going to learn to notice when something's different, and that's really the most important part for safety. You don't have to know how to fix it. You don't have to know what is wrong with it. You just need to know that's not right, and that's usually good enough to keep you safe as a rider. Okay, so your tires. Some important things to keep about that. Obviously, tire pressure. You guys know that because you all drive. So tire pressures are super important, right? They'll make the tire wear faster and weird, which will then affect not only your pocketbook, but the way the motorcycle rides. It'll feel weird, it'll feel different, and you're like, something's not right. Sometimes the scary part is because you just get used to your motorcycle over time because it gradually degrades with either noise or feel, and you don't realize that somebody else gets on it, or you bring it into a shop and somebody's like, "Did you not notice that it was riding a little bit weird?" And you're like, "Oh, it's fine."
Also, since the motorcycle is considerably lighter than a car,
Yes.
looking at it, you might not be able to tell at all that it could be even like 10 pounds under pressure or something like that.
You'll start feeling it's going to be hard to turn your front wheel, right? Because it's going to get heavy, okay? Sometimes in parking lots, you'll have to hear like the squeaking happening. That's because the tire pressure is a little bit low and the tire's kind of squishing out, and you'll hear the suction to the pavement. Tires are starting to get low, pressure's starting to get low. You guys ever heard of the checking your tread depth with a penny? Yes. Does it have a penny on it?
So we need to do that.
We're gonna get a penny. I figured somebody would have a penny in hands, but I just guess I should have come prepared. So super simple. You can get a nice little tread depth indicator, and I have one. I'll show you. You can get this here. You can get it at AutoZone, Pet Boys, your choice. It's like this. Yes.
Listen,
There you go.
how long do you say like a tire's like maybe changing? I never like, I've had my bike quite a while, but I don't ride like crazy, like, every day to work or anything.
So some good things to look at when you're doing kind of your pre-ride inspection. So dry rotting, cracks, obviously. Well, yeah, the tread. But like she was asking, like, when do you know? So tread is a good one. Harley-Davidson specifically recommends that within 5 years you change your tires. So like you don't ride maybe, tread up hasn't gone down. You leave it in your garage. Excuse me?
5 years?
Yeah, so you don't want to run on a tire that's 5 years or older.
Well, I would think sooner than that. Depending on how much you ride, yeah.
Well, I'm just stating for, like, if your tread is good, you don't ride too much, kind of like Kelly was saying, if she just parks it and she rides it weekends, kind of,
Right, that's what I do. weekends.
Yeah, and you might ride longer.
Right.
So, again, there's several ways you can tell when it needs to be done. So tread depth, and then condition, right? So, yeah, cracking, dry rotting. You'll see at the sidewall slip apart, even in the tread, you'll see kind of just like a crack. So tread, you can use a super duper cool little tool, right? It's really easy. So this goes in the middle of the tread. I'm just going to show you guys real quick. I'll show you from over here. Just in the middle of the tread.
Yeah.
Goes in here, and then there's a measurement in 30 seconds of tread. I don't know why. It's just the measurement they asked for in millimeters or 30 seconds, okay? And then it's easy. Green, yellow, and then there's a red. You kind of know where you're at, right? If you don't have one of these, not hard. Just take your penny, right, and you stick it in the tread. As long as you can, part of his forehead or his face is covered, your tread is good. As long as you, when you can start seeing his whole head, you need to start to change your tires. This is motorcycles. This is really any kind of vehicle you do this with. So that's kind of a good rule of thumb. So tires, we were looking at condition, pressure, noises. So there's wheel bearings in your wheels. Okay, you'll start hearing noises, or it'll start feeling funny, right? So that's another thing. As you're, even as you're riding, and you get to know your bike, you'll hear noises, or you'll feel, and you'll be like, something just isn't right. So that's another good one to check. Your wheels, just for any like abrasions. Did you hit a pothole? Does a rock come up? You know, just looking for, does it look okay? Something not look right. I got my little check here. Brakes. I'm not going to tell much about brakes until you get on the road, except for there is fluid in your braking system on a Harley, right? So you got the front braking fluid, right? You have dot 4 hydraulic fluid. So if you see fluid anywhere on your wheel, your tire, your rotor, your brake pads, should not be like that. Because fluid will cause it to be slippery, and then you lose traction, and that's never good. So if you see fluid on your wheels and tires, probably don't ride. Okay. Do you have any questions about that? So good questions, and I don't feel like I fully answered your question, Kelly. So your bike is going to be different because it's a little bit more of a performance bike. So your rear tire being as wide as it is going to wear out faster.
Yeah, I wondered about that. I know the car's the same way. If your car's got wide tires on the back too, that's, they always said that.
Yes.
So I wonder.
Then how do you,
Was that a brake pad?
so she's got, what is that, 200, 180 to 200, like really wide rear tire. So it's a bit of more of a performance bike, right? A little bit. You roll that throttle and give you some go, and so she's got a wider tire. I'm not sure exactly, but it's a very wide tire. Those are going to wear out faster. If you just do Dunlop, I mean, there's a good range. I would say between 8 and 12 is just a very comfortable range on motorcycles. If you keep your tire pressures up, you ride it like it should, not crazy doing burnouts, or I mean, even like where you ride will make a difference as well. How and where you ride will make a difference, and then how you maintain it will make a difference. But like 8 to 12, and then it's going to be bike specific and then rider specific. Okay, but is that a little bit better? Okay. Yours is going to be a little bit different than one that looks like this, or even a touring bike.
And I know you guys do like free air checks here too,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You can come in
You
every
guys come anytime.
Yeah, you guys check it.
Yeah.
I know I like to do that a lot.
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
Right up. Hey.
Paranoid.
Yeah.
The air.
That's good though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with air in your tires.
Okay, cool. I feel better I answered that. All right, so let's move on to C, controls. Okay, so your handlebar controls, your levers and pedals, your cables, your hoses, right? So we're looking at this motorcycle. We're looking at like all here, hoses. I mean, again, it's not like you need to know what everything does. You're just looking for something abnormal. You're looking for fluid. You can turn on your motorcycle, so Harley. kind of moving ahead of myself here, okay?
Do it.
It's okay. We're gonna do lights and electric because it kind of goes with the whole handlebar and switches. So whenever you guys bring a bike to me, I always do kind of a walk around of also of your electronics, so you can just test it for yourself. You've got turn signals, brakes, headlight. I'm not gonna do the horn. But you always want to check your brake light. Okay, that's important. So you got a front brake light. There's a switch in here, and then you got a rear brake light, right? There's a switch down there. So you want to check that. Good, looking good. Operating. I got all my safety. I got my horn. Looks good. Okay. Up on your dash, you have warning lights too. Okay. That will, once you start the motorcycle, goes away. They stay on, warning lights, and you kind of want to turn on your motorcycle and watch how it reacts, right? So then you know when it does something any different, you're like, that's not right, it always does this. Your manual is a great source of what is supposed to happen, your owner's manual. I know I get bored and it's really hard for me to sit through some tedious information like that. But when you kind of get in a pickle, it's a great time to sit down and like really get to know it if you're not the kind of person that can sit down and do it at the beginning of ownership. Okay, somebody, so far.
It says the handlebars, does that include like your clutch and everything else?
Yeah.
Because like on mine, on my new bike, the person said we were riding it last weekend.
Okay.
Not Wednesday.
Okay.
But he, after a while on the way back, the clutch hand was starting to hurt because he said that the clutch was too tight.
Okay.
And so how do you, he looked at some videos to loosen it and stuff like that, but he said it would make it really hard to like do turns and stuff like that because it's so tight.
Because his hand was hurt and then it was
Yeah.
just, yeah, okay. So let me ask you a question, what kind of bike is it?
It is a Softail CD.
And what year?
That's a good question.
12. Okay, so it has a cable. So, okay, sounds like to me, without seeing it, but it sounds like to me it needs to be serviced. So it probably went out of, did you say it went to rain? Is that what you said?
Well, he's rode it a few times and it's rained a couple times.
Okay.
Yeah. It was not supposed to rain last weekend and
Get hot and
Right.
rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that happens, and that's great, you know, that he paid attention to that. It's like, okay, something's not right here. So lubrication is very important on those cables. Okay, to keep them from not seizing up and becoming really stiff like that, as well as the adjustment on them. Okay, if he's mechanically inclined, yes, you can adjust it by either there's a specs in the service manual. You guys have a service manual. I'm sure you can find some information online as well. Yep. So if you can adjust it, sounds like it's out of adjustment. So you want to start at your handlebar and the adjuster first. There is an internal adjustment for clutch cables, okay, which goes a little bit more in depth. And if he's mechanically inclined, all for it. If not, we are always happy to help. But it does go a little bit more in depth. Yeah. More than I want.
So on a motorcycle like in cars, you have transmission fluid and stuff like that. So do you have clutch fluid or I mean obviously you said there's fluid in the line, obviously. It has to be.
In the brake lines.
In the brake line.
Yes. So the older motorcycles do not have fluid. They are cable driven. Okay. The newer, and it depends on what model even, are hydraulic and they have fluid, and you can't adjust them. They just are what they are.
So then his 2000, I think it's 18 Softail would have the fluid.
Yes. Okay.
What year did they switch to fluid?
It was different on all models, but I know on touring models in 14 is when they went to the hydraulic. Think back in my memory bank for every model, but for the touring model, they went to hydraulic clutches in 2014. Okay, mirrors, I mean, honestly, that's time for you to do it with your cars, adjust it to where you need to be. Wiring, if anything's kind of hanging off your bike, you didn't notice. I mean, you know, pictures are always nice if you don't necessarily have time or, you know, want to bring up the whole entire motorcycle picture. Hey, right? This looks weird, right? can bring it up to whoever you trust and ask them. Okay, so we kind of hit 2 there, controls and lighting and electrical. We kind of went through that. You guys have any questions on that? So we're just doing a pre-ride inspection is kind of what we're doing.
I have a question.
Yes.
Because I'm a newbie.
Okay.
About mirrors.
Yes.
Should I see my shoulder at all, or should it just be part? Like, should I see myself in any, even like the tip of my shoulder in the mirrors?
I personally like to. I don't know that there's an actual specification.
It's like how, yeah, how much should I adjust it?
This is kind of like we were talking about helmets, right? Your visibility and how you're feeling comfortable with your riding, like head. I like to see my shoulder.
Okay.
I personally do because I kind of like to see my position and it helps me kind of gauge everything around me. But I know there's people who have handlebars in there. Yep. Okay. I'll let Sarah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Some people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I see that on like when flipping down
Yeah.
your mirrors.
Yeah. So I think it's more, honestly, I think it's more about comfortable and safe. And whatever makes you feel that way as a rider, that's what you should do. Okay, so O. So we're down to the O. Kind of, so I went lighting and electrical on you. Sorry. I did that with the controls a bit. Okay, oil and other fluids, so levels.
Okay.
This is kind of a, I know this is something that personally I got intimidated about. So like, oh my god, the oil. It's not hard at all, especially now. And even then, because you have an owner's manual that will talk you through it. It's really easy, right? So, okay. You don't have an owner's manual, you can be like,
Call you or call them?
it's
Sounds weird in
available.
the owner's manual.
What's that?
Sounds weird in the owner's manual.
Sounds
I
weird.
like the way they said it.
Okay. Let's go through it. So here we go. We got check engine oil level, and this says oil level cold check. All right. Well, that's kind of where we're at. We haven't been. So this has a little note. An accurate engine oil can only be made with the engine at operating temperature at a hot check. Oh, okay. Well, that's probably why it gets a little bit confusing because you're like, so you're telling me I can do it at cold, but you're telling me it's only accurate at hot. So what do I do? Best thing is turn it on, warm it up. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, like just say that.
Yeah. Don't give me an
Say
option.
that, man.
Hold check here.
It wasn't written by a woman.
You're right. You're right.
So yeah. So best thing is put it outside your garage, turn it on, let it run. 2 minutes max because you don't want to overheat the engine. You don't want to be moving around it and you get burnt by the exhaust or whatever. Okay. So your oil is kind of going to settle, right? I mean, because you got oil going all throughout your engine, and it's kind of going to settle. Some oil goes into the oil filter, depending on what kind of bike you have. It goes into the oil can, it goes to the top of the head. I mean, it's like all over and cooling every little piece of the engine. So when you turn it off, it all kind of, especially when it's hot, it's kind of draining down like gravity, right? So you're not going to get necessarily an accurate measurement, which is why they're saying when it's hot, it's going throughout the whole engine, it's taking up every space in that cavity, so now we like really know how much it is because it's not all concentrated in one spot. Make sense? Okay. So again, it's going to talk you through it. Super simple on this one. So it says you have to get it hot. I'm not going to turn it on. I'm just going to show you. So it says park your motorcycle on a level surface on a jiffy stand. Big stand, jiffy stands. Depends on what world you come from. Remove the oil filler cap and wipe the dipstick clean. So here's your oil tank. This is your. Let's put that one right here. Let's go. And there's a stick. You're gonna wipe it clean. No. Visually check for oil in the tank. It's not visible. I can see oil. Install the filler cap. It says to idle your bike for 30 seconds. Again, I would just do it originally. Just do it for 2 minutes. Good. It's all going to be accurate. They're telling you it's not going to be accurate unless it's hot. So you just check it. And so it's on the stick. I'm not going to take it out because I'm going to get oil everywhere, but does that make sense?
That's why I grabbed this because it's dripping on the right.
Right? So, I mean, that's pretty simple when you break it down. You're really capable of checking your oil. When it's on the stick, it shows fill, low, put a quarter in. Okay?
Hot.
Right.
And do it hot.
And do it hot.
Wait, I'm sorry. Turn it off. I don't know why this is so confusing to me.
It's okay.
It's like, I've got a mental block.
No.
Turn it off, check the oil, right? Because you want it to be this stuff.
You want the oil to be thin. It thins out when it's hot.
Okay.
So
It's
to
not
talk
as
me through
thick
it, then
when
what do you
it's
got?
cold.
Talk me through it. So you're
So
gonna,
I turn it on.
yeah,
I skip the first part and I just turn it on.
turn it on.
2 minutes. Pop out the little thing.
So we turn it on, turn it off.
Turn it off.
Leave it on, turn it off.
Turn it off.
Alright, let it cool. So now your oil's everywhere.
Oil's everywhere.
Okay? Pull out your stick.
Wipe it clean. Do the thing. Take it out again.
Take it out. Now you have an accurate reading. Because it's hot, it's been throughout the cavity. We haven't taken up all the spaces. Do we need more oil or do we not need more oil? Okay.
I can do this.
Absolutely. Yes, you can.
It's a lot better the way you said it. I don't like the way I do it.
I mean, I get what you're saying.
Put a little side note in your menu.
Yes. Let's go outside. Turn it off before you
More
start.
the lazy me anyway, bring it up here and then.
No, what do you do? I just
I
have a question. Yeah.
As far as oil, discovering motorcycle oil, like is there really, because I know like a lot of different brands come out with different oils.
Sure.
Sister, or is one
So,
I know different or the climate.
it does. Okay. So Harley-Davidson has developed oil for their specific motorcycles. So they've taken samples of kind of the metallurgy and developed oil to accommodate all of that, to lubricate it to where it works well and lasts longer. Make sense? Okay. So specifically, your manual and manufacturer states use the oil design for the bike. Okay. Yes, Amazon makes oil. You're right. So many different manufacturers out there. So 20W50 is what's going to go in your bike, whether you're using the synthetic blend or you're just using the old conventional oil. Okay. So again, you preferably use what's designed by the manufacturer, so then you know you're good. If you have any further questions on that, we'll talk afterwards, but you should use what's developed by the manufacturer. I have seen in my years in the service department, it's just rider preference, whether to use the synthetic blend or the conventional, and I have people who will only use this brand or that brand or only Harley-Davidson, like nothing else. I'm just a firm believer, it was developed by the manufacturer, stick to that, you're good. Yeah, so 20W50 is the mean weight of oil that you want to keep in your motorcycle. Yeah, right. That's also in, it will be in here. I'm just letting you know,
Yes.
so that, because this is, like I said, this is like a Bible, it's great, it's like, okay, I don't have to remember all this, it's just in here, I just need to refer to it. Come in, Johnny.
Johnny!
Whale's walking around.
Oh,
Can I
right.
go through?
Yeah, come on, come on.
Okay.
This is Dave, everybody, by the way. This is Dave. Hi, Dave.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine, you're fine.
I'm actually trying to learn how to ride a bike, so that's why I'm here.
Sure, yeah. Okay, so, does that answer your question? I don't know what happens to my little sheet here. Okay, so anyway, let's move on. Everybody's good? So chassis is this, so everybody know what a chassis is? Everybody know what a chassis is?
Isn't that
Full
like?
engagement here.
This.
It's like
Bottom part of the bike.
Okay. Say again?
Like the frame?
You got it, girl. Chassis just simply means the framework of the bike.
Yeah.
Or chassis means the framework of a motor vehicle. It can be a chassis of a car, it can be a chassis of a horse-drawn buggy, right? But we're talking about chassis of a motorcycle. So we're talking about chassis. Okay, so chassis is considered, so you got shocks on your front, you got shocks on your rear. Okay, so they consider that part of the framework of the motorcycle. Your steering head bearings, they consider that part of your motorcycle. So I'm going to pass for you. I don't know what happened to mine. Thanks.
I heard it.
Oh, okay. I bike rides, you'll start feeling a difference. Some conditions that could affect that performance and affect how it feels, again, is your tire pressures, okay? If a wheel bearing goes out, if you got something in your tire, if you have a bent rim, if your steering head bearings are starting to go, and there's like so many things that could go, but again, you don't have to know what it is, you just have to know something's not right, okay? So, being in tune with what you're looking at and dealing with a motorcycle, on your motorcycle, and having that knowledge, and you're armed with that, will be able to be like, it's like something here, or it's when I do this, this event makes it happen, or I can reproduce it when I can do this, and so that's always helpful. Okay,
Alicia, where are the steering head bearings?
Okay, so your steering neck is here, right? And then your bearings are inside of here, and it's,
There's a bolt too, right?
excuse me?
There's a bolt.
Yes.
Mine cracked.
How did that feel?
Well, when you turn it, I had to turn more.
So it was trying to get away from you.
That's what treated me good.
But you were able to feel that, right? So
I told them there's something wrong when you turn it, you'll jerk it, I go into it, and the bolt was cracked. I could have lost all steering.
yes. Right.
But you could feel that kind
Right.
You get to know your body.
Yeah, see, right there. So, okay, so the frame, right, is it dented? Is something causing it? I mean, most of the time you're going to feel that stuff. You're going to be like, whoa, what was that? Your belts, Harley-Davidson, you got belts. It's belt driven, it's not a chain, so you don't have to worry about chains or anything but your belt. So it's just something, you can kind of see your belt, like on this motorcycle, you can see it through here. So you don't want to see anything chewed off or worn down or kind of rubbed in. It's some things you can kind of look at. Again, most of the time you're going to feel when something happens. If a rock gets up in there, if it's wearing out, if it snaps, you'll definitely feel it. You're not going to be able to go forward. But just checking for safety and operation. Jump in here, Dave, if you got anything. Anything right now?
Nah, it looks good.
Okay. Okay.
It taught me a lot of stuff. You guys taught me a lot in reference to my purchase of my motorcycle here. There was things I was thinking that, hey, I can do it myself, but they are the pros. So they check it over before you even think about looking at it. So I'm really happy with these folks here. So continue to bring your bike here. Keep it up.
Appreciate that. Okay, and the last one is S is for stands. So your kickstand, jiffy stand, side stand, center stand, whatever you choose to call it. You never want your motorcycle to fall over inadvertently. It is so rare that I've ever seen a kickstand, jiffy stand ever fail. I've seen the springs become sprung, and so then you just got like a floppy kickstand just becomes a pain. But I've definitely seen my share of those. But not actually seen unless it's been in an accident. Kickstand fail. So that's good news. You just want to check for the operation. Does it spring back? Does it spring down? Does it lock when you put it in the locking position? So, makes sense for everybody?
Yeah.
I got questions so
That's
far? System stand. All right, awesome.
What's the number one item we all forget to do before we ride our bikes? Number one.
For me, it's probably tire pressure.
Ah, you got the right answer.
Oh.
Yep.
Yes, I'm doing it wrong.
At least every time, if you're going to go out on your bikes prior to, I give that to all the classes that I have here. First thing you go for is that air pressure. You'll have a substantial difference between the temperatures of where you rode, how long you've ridden. Suspension, anybody ride dual right now? Anybody on the back? So there again, suspension can be adjusted, 2 items to adjust prior to taking on the passenger. Just the suspension and the air pressure.
And by the way, so cool. In here, there's literally, I found this table. You can do it by weight. It's crazy. And you can adjust your own shocks. I mean, depending on what model you have, you can do it differently. If you have a manual adjustment, and it's super easy to do. It's just like this little wrench. Do this, whatever are we doing? I'm like, hello, it's like right there. That's so cool. So exactly what he's saying, adjustments will help with your writing. Let's see. Talk to us.
Well, you guys, I'm just gonna throw real quick the introduction. I'm
Yeah,
part
yeah.
of the writing, not writing academy, I'm writing instructor here. One of the people that, there's different individuals, I guess, wherever you guys learned, I'll figure that out. My name's Dave, part of the writing program here. There's David Helder, who's actually the program managers. I'm one of the coaches. I've been teaching here for about maybe a year. I was writing academy certified. So Harley-Davidson for approximately a year and a half. What I've seen with most of the motorcycles,
No, go ahead.
most of the motorcycles, if you guys have just learned how to ride, or if you've been riding so many years, what we found is the bikes we have out back, and you're welcome to take a field trip because the guys are coming back at 12:30, and you're welcome to come out there and make some fun of them. You have to. They're new time riders, most of them. We encourage, if there's a possibility you feel that up to this time, it depends how long you've been riding, and I'll ask that question. You feel you need a little refresher, please come and take it. I recommend it, due to the fact that there's so many years that I've been riding. Before I got my license to train motorcycle riders like yourselves,
Sounds great.
I thought I was it. Trust me, it didn't work that way. So I had to get myself acclimated to getting the ride instruction down, and then also had to get my balance, also had to get the proper technique. So for 23 years I've been riding, and for 23 years I didn't know what that guy was doing. So if there's a possibility, wherever you took your training at, do yourself a favor, ask yourself the question, did I get enough training? Was it worth it? Did they just give me my license and send me out the door? Right here, right now, what we try and do with our program here and other programs where I also teach, we want to give you the quality to get out there on the street, to have your confidence, so that way when somebody's coming up from behind you and they're texting on their phone, you know what to do. Number one thing here, 2 places we get killed. I'm going to name them. Maybe you guys can figure it out. First one, intersections. Reason being, a lot of times we get complacent when we go on our bikes. How many years you been riding?
Me? A year.
4.
7 months.
7 months.
Since January.
January?
Working on it.
Working on it. So you haven't gotten an endorsement yet?
Well, I've done the paper part, but
Okay.
I didn't do the writing part. I had a panic attack, anxiety, whatever. So I
Okay.
sat and watched the training while my husband got his endorsement.
Okay. Did he get it here?
Well, he did have Helga and Dave.
Helga and
for-
Dave.
Yeah.
That's my 2 brothers, well, they're the people
But
that
we did
taught
it
me.
Lakeland.
Lakeland?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll ask you that question in a few minutes. How long you been riding?
I don't drive, I just ride.
Okay, ride with somebody?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You've been,
Since 04?
you've been up there, so, quite a few? 06.
49 years.
49 years riding.
Wow.
Did you
Old
start when you were
lady.
7?
Yeah.
Did you start when you
A
were
year.
a baby?
A year.
16.
So yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
awesome.
Anybody have an accident?
That's good.
Out of those many years, you stayed on that bike, not an
That's
accident.
awesome.
Well, guess what?
Crash or anything? No. Drop it once in a blue moon.
Okay, there's my one critical, and I did have one accident with the wife on the back, but being as I've been riding for 23, having an accident my first time, and then when I bought the bike from them, I dropped it about 3 times. You want to see somebody cry like a baby? Oh, I cried.
It's more
But you
embarrassing.
ladies that took your courses, do all you folks live in Florida? You live, born and raised here? You got your endorsements here? Everybody got their endorsements here, so they're not anybody like myself where New Jersey, here's the thing, that's where I come from. You get a 12-minute road test, a 20-minute written test, and you get your license that fast. So none of this crap out here, which I don't call it crap, but they think it is. They give this as extracurricular. This is an extracurricular activity for 2 days, $350. They're charging here $189. So if you feel when you have a weekend, you want to test yourself, like how many ladies want bigger bikes than they know they can handle? Possibility, maybe not.
I didn't buy mine.
So you have the bike that you can ride comfortably.
It's a big one,
It's a big one.
but I'm a big girl.
So, yeah, absolutely. That's what we look at.
I was taught on one of them.
Then you start, what are you on now? Road King, okay, not bad. What kind of bike you're riding for 49 years?
I know, it's slim.
A Slim? The ladies over here, what do you ride?
Shadow.
Okay, that's what I started with. Go ahead.
Breakout.
Breakout? 883?
Rebel.
Rebel. Okay.
Still needs not help.
Okay. How are you performing on it? You have confidence.
Oh, yeah.
And the way I gave it up, the intersections. Why do we have intersection accidents? Number one, you check your signals. Make sure your signals are off as you're traveling through the intersections. Anybody cover controls prior to the intersections? Do we do it all the time? So there's another good benefit. Second part we kill ourselves is in curves. Why do you think that takes place?
That's what my husband was asking.
In a curve. So somebody said
Multiple
Too
times.
fast.
too fast.
He wasn't paying attention, he didn't have all his attention where it was supposed to be that
Okay.
day, and he ended up hitting soft dirt, which stopped the front wheel, spun the back wheel, threw him off, and the bike turned.
Oh, really?
6 ribs, top of the layer, and all the metal on the bike. Over years later.
Well, that's a good,
On an iron.
it's the end of a good story. Hopefully he's all right.
He's actually right up there.
He's in here? Okay. Reason why that happens, and I'm not the expert, I don't plan to be an expert. I want to keep an open mind to every one of you. So if there's an opportunity I get you guys in this class out here, it would be great honor because nobody's too stupid to take this. And you can bring your own motorcycle. From what I got from Dave yesterday, you can bring your own bike and take the BRC course that these guys are taking right now. They will allow you to take it.
That's cool.
And that's allowable, as long as your bike is insured. If you have the insurance, you have the helmet, you have everything you need, you can bring your bike up and we'll put you in the BRC. It's a BRC too, and I want to get into that, so we want to get a list, hopefully, of people that want to take the BRC too. The BRC 2 is probably what Alicia took. I think there was one other lady here that took it. That's where you bring your bike. We have a own instructor that's only instructing BRC2, which is a little bit different than what they're doing out there. It's a little bit more spaced out. It's about the same. So if you guys want to do a field trip out back and watch the guys and kind of like stand back and
We will.
you can.
You encourage that.
I encourage that though. If you want to take it, the hardest part with those courses, you sign up for it, then you go and look at your shrine, and you go, I might dump it. Nah, I'm not going to take it. Take a word from the wise. Touch-up paint works a great deal. I bought it from these guys. It works a wonder. So means I've dropped my bike a few times. It's well worth taking it. I would suggest get you guys a group up, and if you guys are here because you want to be here, you're getting some different instruction from, again, from these ladies here, the two ladies that were giving it to you. What I'm looking at is to help you guys even furthermore, get your confidence up, keep the practice up. There's a couple things that I gave the Ben group that was in here that I can maybe give you guys, and I plan to give it a couple tips. But if you would be liking to do that, maybe put your names on a list if they can get something up, and then you guys can put it together. They'll give it to me, and I'll give it to Dave, and we'll get something set up with you guys. So we'll give you a follow-up phone call, maybe an email address. Just put it down on a list of people that would be interested in taking the BRC too.
Does that deal more with curves and corners?
It does almost the same what you did in BRC 1, except you're on your bike, you have to make the 24-foot box instead of the 20, and you're doing the swerve the same way. But the difference is now we're going to stop you mid-point. So this was the stopping symbol when we stop you on the motorcycle for your BRC. For those of you that haven't taken it in a while, the stop symbol is this. And if you did take your course down here and it was rushed, we want to put you through something that would make it worth your while. And that's, we take all day out here for 2 days, and that's why I say in my state, you pay $350 for this and you get it extracurricular versus your license. Otherwise, you get this guy that comes from the state, he writes down a couple things on a piece of paper, his glasses look like this. So you want to ride a bike, huh? And that's the end of it. And then I'm off on my bike. Did I learn anything? Not really. And I guess you're going to show the helmets, what I recommend. How many people wear helmets?
We did helmets.
You did them all? Everybody wears them? thumbs up. 47% to 57% of the accidents, they keep going up. The reason why we give the scores and the reason why the state mandates it is because of the fatalities with motorcycles. The course also mandates a couple of things that we want to take with you on the road. So where did you guys actually get your endorsements? Different Harley-Davidson dealership, one here. So did you like the program? So you're gonna like too. And unlike myself, I wasn't here for your program, but hopefully they took time out to show you exactly what takes place, what to expect. Anything I can help you with before I make my way out of the building. I'm not gonna rush, but go ahead.
One of the things that they taught us, or taught me anyway, because one of my big fears was dropping the bike. And so when we went for our endorsement, I got to step 2 and I got it across the thing, but I put it down twice in the process. But they told me, they said, don't worry about putting it down, because putting it down is how you learn. But it doesn't mean that that's something you want to regularly do. So,
True. We don't teach you how to drop the bike.
right, exactly.
But if it does go down, the reason why, anybody explain this to you guys, I guess when your BRC was taking place, did you ever hear of this while these are turned? And then what actually pushes the bike down when this is applied? Right there. So this is still moving when this is not engaged. This is applied, but guess where you're pushing the bike? Right to the ground. So regardless whether you want it or not, yours truly did it at a fuel station due to the fact when I made my turn, the car came right to my right and I went, oh,
Sure.
Stop.
wrong
Yeah.
move,
Yes.
wrong move. And then when the bike was on the ground, I had every individual coming over and grabbing all the saddlebags. I never wanted to hear somebody yell so bad. So to be honest with you, bikes go down. I gave a demonstration last time with the guys. When it goes down, proper way. If it goes down on this side, turn the
Dave,
wheel
check
this
this
way.
out.
You got it out here. Turn the wheel, now you pick one up. When you turn the wheel the opposite way, you want to pick the bike up. So if it goes down this way, turn this and pick it up. If it goes down this way or this way, turn the wheel this way and pick it up. So I'll give her a hand with this. There's an opportunity. But coming up with your question or your answer.
Oh, girl, I'm scared.
Okay, by this time, I'll be in tears. I'll be in tears. I'll be sitting here crying. But what you want to do is you want to get this together. Okay, now you ladies, probably not, if you're not too strong. You like deadlifting. Anybody yoga class? Anything? Working out? Okay? When you get down, it's embarrassing.
I thought you were supposed to do it this way.
Yeah, I know. I tried it. It doesn't work. I ripped the seat off doing that. Yeah, exactly.
Look how far you have to go down.
No way.
Yeah, look how low you are.
Squat down the floor.
Okay.
That's one way. If you have something you can put into the saddle here and the bike is on its side stand or close to the floorboards, if it's a bigger bike like yours, you could probably do that and make sure this is turned. And make sure you're picking up on the right side of the handlebar that's going to pick it up. You got nobody, you're by yourself. This is called walking into it. You too, everybody does it. Keep walking. Keep walking. Get your leverage under here. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking. Up she is. So if that bar wasn't turned, you'd still be down there trying to muscle. So side stand down. Other way.
It's fuel.
Yeah.
If this goes this way, rather than us demonstrating like we just did, it's down here. Make sure that's turned this way, and the same walk. Bring her up. If you can grab something back here, or somebody can help you, make sure it's a stable environment. Not my saddlebags.
Or your seat, it'll pop right off.
Or the seat.
Screw.
Anybody drop their bikes already? Anybody had to pick them up on their own? Did it work?
It did.
Close to that?
It's 600.
But I mean, close to where you turn the handlebars. That's the whole key. Good.
Yes.
Make sure if you're gonna pull it up on this side, these are down already, so you don't flip it over. And the fuel being out, I don't wanna flip the bike over anymore.
Yeah.
Questions on returning the bike back to normal. Then you go like this. Hopefully it was okay.
I actually tried exactly that before we got started. I was, because in case you were not available, I was like, well, I'm not gonna screw this up for everybody.
It worked.
And so it worked. It worked. It was a lot easier than the.
Yep. It is. Because my gold ring went down, and they show you to do that with the Honda. Bring it up, but I have the bars in, and I'm right up, and
But it
your
worked.
momentum takes over.
I bet my entire clutch shaft,
This here,
the handlebar, the clutch handle,
Oh, wow.
that's a huge. Yeah, right my driveway.
Looking to run the
great interaction, guys. And I want to give you, or ladies, I want to give you one last thing to do before you go out on your bikes. I did this with the guys, do it with the gals.
Close it.
What do you do to practice before you go? You're looking your bikes over. You did the T-clocks. Looking over, tire pressure, check, everything's good. You got your desserts in function. You got everything on board. You got your rain suit, which last week I got slammed.
Oh yeah, we left here.
Twice.
Ooh, like.
Be careful of these downdrafts. It almost took me off the road last week. I left here, and boy, it took me right off the road. How many actually practice before they leave their environment? So you just get on the bike, I gotta go meet the hot riders at 9 o'clock, I gotta go. Take a little time out every time, and I give everybody that takes the class, same thing. You leave the class, don't take it there and just leave it. You're practicing every day. Every day I go out, every day I come here. I practice for at least 10 minutes before I leave my development. It's called a quick stop. Everything you learn, practice a quick stop. Go up the street, make a right turn, use your right turn signal. Go to a quick stop. Then go to another tight right. Shift the second, shift the third, go to a quick stop. Down. Then you make sure you downshift it, make a left turn. Turn the left turn signal on, make sure they cancel. Turn your head, turn the bars. Go down the road, shift the second gear, quick stop. And your neighbors are going, what are you showing off? No, I'm practicing. So my neighborhood, the reason why I'm doing this is I'm preaching it. So why preach it if I'm teaching it, why can't I preach it? Why can't I do it? So the other thing is protective gear. You guys are riding probably today, short sleeves, it's cool. But after a while, I can't ride with certain people. They know I'm an instructor, and they turn around and say, you're an instructor, you're riding a short sleeve shirt. I'm not allowed to actually teach in a short sleeve. I have to be in long. But the one guy told me, so I'm not riding with him until you get a jacket. So last week I had to buy a jacket. Now I can ride with him. But it's an all new respect. So you'll get respect with your riding attitude. Attitude with the Harley-Davidson, somewhat is a little bit of an option. But don't let the attitude go with the bike. You want to be a sharp rider. You want to make yourselves look that good. Especially when you ask somebody else and they go, where did you learn how to ride like that? And then you might tell them. And that's all we try and portray from here. When you go out there and learn the course, and like I said, Dave and Hilda, we'll offer it to you guys if you want it an additional. I've had guys that actually came to my course and they wanted me to fail it because they liked so much, they want to get their confidence higher. So that's not a problem with Dave or Hilda running their site. And the possibility, if you bring your bike, you'll be allowed to take it on the course. You just call them and tell them what you want to do. You go VRC1, VRC2, and then you could be done with that, or go a little bit further. There's a lot of riding courses, different parts of the country. Anything else I can help you guys out with? We'd appreciate it if you had any questions.
I do.
Go ahead.
Only because I just got my endorsement in January, so I'm trying to remember everything I was taught in class, and I know it was preached to brake with front and rear.
Right.
But what are your thoughts on engine braking? Because I notice I do that a lot more. Yeah, like I'm engine braking, but I'm like, wait a minute, I need to make sure that I'm braking the right way so they can see my brake light turn on. Because
Yes.
engine braking, they don't see my brake light turn on.
Well, one indication is you were taught the way you were supposed to teach. We teach with both brakes. If you're not using both brakes, something's happening here. Well, most of these bikes come with an integrated brake system, which we don't have on those bikes out there, training bikes. Use your rear brake, the front is applied. It depends what kind of bike you have. Also, there's some bikes equipped with ABS. So if you buy a bike, if you have the Rebel with it, they come with ABS option, or they come with the integrated brake system, which you will apply the rear, some of the front will work. If you're going to use engine braking, make sure you're trying not to do it in a curve. 2 items you don't do in a curve: front brake or clutch, because you take out everything you prepared for. You prepare before the curve, not in it. That's why we kill ourselves, because we panic at the wrong time. Too little, too late. And what happens is panic sets in, and you go for everything you have on that dashboard and whatnot. And before you know it, you're into the trees, into the weeds, you're that little cross on the side of the road. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But the other thing that happens in curves is target fixation. You'll start staring at something and you won't leave it, and then all of a sudden you look, oh my God, I'm supposed to be looking here. And then you go right to the car. Usually that's what it is. You're looking at the car coming at you. Peripheral vision is 30% of your motorcycle activity. Just keep it in mind. So if there's an opportunity, I'm staring at you, well, my man over here can hold up a couple fingers. I can probably count them. So, and also, I give you an idea in the class when we give it, when I'm teaching it, I'll say this. I'm looking straight at you, and I'm looking at her. I can see she's looking at me profile, but how does my face look? Don't tell me I'm ugly. Did I make a smile? Am I making a frown? Trying to keep you moving, because on a bike, you're moving. LP1, LP2, you remember that in the class. LP1, LP2, LP3. Don't stay in one spot for a long period of time. 3 items you have in your passenger car, 3 mirrors. Put that headlight somewhere in those mirrors so the person you're following knows you're there. You know your following distances between the guy in front of you. And also make sure if you have a diesel tanker behind you, 18-wheeler, it's not going to stop it as much as you will. So if you're engine braking, it's okay to do it. We don't teach you to do that. If you're doing it now and it's working for you, keep trying it, keep using it. Just make sure you use your brakes. And also they sell a brake light here, which I recommend. If you're going to buy it, buy it. I had a guy last week. I tried to talk him into it because he bought a new bike here, and I said, buy it. I took him out to show him mine, and I said, I'll tell you what, it lights people up. It's a strobe light. So I would recommend, if you have a problem with it, it's a plug and play, you put it right on the bike and it's done. Magnetize and you set it to what you want. Anything else I can help you with? Tailgaters? Yeah, the tailgaters, just give the old sign. What happens there, give yourself some separation. Don't lose your closure with your escape routes. You have 3, we like more than that. So trying not to speed up because they're going to close you in. And they're going to make you get claustrophobic. So you want to pull your bike to a fashion, let them go. A lot of folks right now, a lot of folks in cars don't like motorcycles.
Yeah.
Do I agree? Do we agree?
Yep.
I'm one, because I stand behind me, give me a lot of staff. Or they'll tailgate you and try and get around you, because the last bike that passed with loud pipes scared me. How many of you had that happen? You have the bike passing you, and you think the loud pipes save lives, but the loud pipes really are behind you because the sound is traveling behind you. So if you're thinking revving it up and you're doing 60 miles an hour, they'll hear you coming. Don't even bother. Those of you that think the high beam lights will work too. What does that indicate when you activate your high beam lights and somebody's making a left turn in front of you? Activate your high beam on the motorcycle. What does that tell them? Maybe tells you, hey, I want to let you know I'm here, but it tells them, oh, I can go ahead and make a left. And then when they get out of the car and they look down at you, what's the first thing they say? I didn't see it. So there again, try not to direct traffic with your horn, because if you can go for another element on that motorcycle, please go for it, because you want to stop. You want to make your first brake your best. That's why we teach you 2 brakes at a time. The third item, try not to eliminate or try not to direct traffic with your motorcycle headlight. Use the headlight for yourself at night. Try not to override it. Does that work for a lot of you ladies? And I'll tell you what, put yourself in for that BRC2. It is an exceptional course.
I took it.
She took it. She can give you a heads up on what it's about. But there again, for you ladies that just learned, we usually give you 6 to 8 months. Come back for the BRC2. If you liked it that much, maybe bring your bike back. Let Dave know you're coming. And then they'll put you through the BRC1, which we're doing right now, and you can be put through. And he's the guy that went down. What?
He lived!
Yeah. You put it on the corner. Your friend attention.
No, I was a really tight
Oh, my accident was stupid. That was just dumb. We all can say that. That's what's good. You can talk about that. But a lot of folks, when they get off motorcycles and they can't talk about it, sometimes they might be in a permanent wheelchair.
I expected her to yell at the commission.
I still have them. I don't care about the bike.
One good thing about you ladies here, and I'm assuming that this is correct for all of you, you weren't told, ride the motorcycle because I want you to. You did it for your own reason. So keep that here and tell other folks, if you like this here, these folks, talk to them. If you didn't take the course here, please come back. But even still, visit this dealership because it took me 3 years to buy a bike here, but they didn't care. I still was able to come here and just enjoy their company. So it's been a blessing because I always wanted to work here, and now finally I got the wish I wanted. So I'd like to have you. I'd like to have you guys in the course out back and just to see you having fun and get your confidence back. But don't let the practice go away once you're done here. Keep practicing. Don't stop. Every day you go out on that motorcycle. If you have it here today, before you leave the lot. Well, the lot's not open now, but once in a while during the week it's open. You're allowed to come up here and practice a little bit. We have the dots out there. There's blue dots, chrome leaves, and the boxes. And then when you drop the bike, just come inside and see if something help you think about it. All we're trying to do, all we're trying to do with all you folks, and even the guys, we're trying to keep your confidence level up. We're trying to make you sharp riders. We're trying to make people understand that you know what you're doing. You know it. And that's about the bottom line.
Thank you very much, Dave. I really
Hopefully
appreciate
it
your
works
time.
out. Hopefully you come out back and make fun of some of the men. But you ladies, if you want to put that list together, get with these guys and then we'll set it up and maybe I can work with
So
you guys.
it's well worth it. So BRC stands for Basic Riding Course, right? And then level 2 is level 2. And so I wasn't sure what I was going to get out of it, right? Because I've seen like cops' bikes after they've done the riding course. Really worth it. I mean, these guys were brutal on me, like stop and use your brakes. But let me tell you what it taught me is what I can do in an emergency situation. I mean, I wouldn't have pushed myself to that, and I wouldn't have known the limits of my bike. So they were awesome. Exactly. Not only in confidence, but actually pushing me and the bike to the limit to where I knew, wow. And so I feel a lot more confident out on the road, knowing what my bike can do and you know what I can do. I can drop it. And then, yeah, they were right. You know, they were like straight back and do it harder. No, not hard enough. Go back, do it again. So they're really they're super good. Very confident building, confidence buildings. I encourage it if you're up for it, if you're ready for it.
And they work with you and they'll take you out. It takes a little extra time to use and teach you.
Yeah. Yeah, they're awesome. Yeah.
What takes place, and to clarify your question, do we teach you? You're teaching yourself. So that's what we give you. We give you that freedom. So if you heard of a lot of folks maybe in the courses, and then when you finally came here, and you two ladies took this out here, just you. If you took it somewhere else, good possibility it might have been too much of this, and it might have been a lot of yelling. So it takes it intimidates you. So even some of the guys out there, all right, Dave, I got it. So I walk away. So a lot of times we give you a task, okay, do it. And then we watch. We want to sit back. We're not going to come out. Did I do it right? Just keep going. And you go again. Okay, try this. And then we just keep you moving. And then when you're confident, say, am I doing all right? If I'm not saying anything, you're doing it right.
Thank you so much, Dave.
All right, well,
Thank you, Dave.
I'll see you again.
Thank you so much. So I got a quick surprise for you guys. We're gonna wrap it up before we eat lunch. But before we do, I want to introduce Jamie Patterson. He has been with Stormy Hill since inception. And he is just a friendly face and an awesome person to talk to when you need something technical answered that maybe myself or anybody else can't answer. He is the guy. So he used to teach at the Mechanic Institute, so he's super awesome at like explaining. You know, I have class with Jamie all kinds of times. How teach me about this, and he's just really easy to understand. Breaks it down for you. So I just encourage you again in your journey. If you ever want to know something technical, Jamie is an awesome guy. He
Just I've been doing this for a long time. Matter of fact, at the end of this month, it will be 23 years since I graduated from taught there for a year and a half. Got to work with a lot of my old instructors. Still see some of my students once in a while. Been here since about 6 months after the store opened. So I may not always recognize faces or names, but I usually recognize the bodies. Although since I've been working with Alicia, I have been dealing with folks like those.
He's awesome.
If you ever have a question, I will do my best to answer it. If I don't know what the answer is, I'll tell you that and let you know when I find out. So, but yeah, I definitely encourage you to ask questions.
Yeah.
For those of us who are mechanically inclined and learn how to work on our bikes ourselves, do you recommend going to online or?
Yeah, it gives you. If you're just doing regular maintenance, it might be a bit much because the school's actually got kind of expensive. What they do is they put out entry-level technicians. So you go through and you get all the theory behind what you're doing. You're working on all different kinds of motorcycles. And then of course you have your electrics. Other courses, it was a 16-week course and now it's for 40.
It's 42, and actually to address the pricing issue, they brought the 60-week course into 42. I serve on they call it Program Advisory Committee over there. We meet like twice a year for these kinds of things, like what can we do to get more people interested and get more people schooled, and how can we accommodate time and the price. So it just to address that, they just brought it from 60-week to 42-week. They're super excited about it, and they were able to obviously kind of financially bring it down, shrink it a little bit, to be a little bit more affordable. If you're interested, I know a lot of people around there, so get you with some people and see if it's the right path for you.
Do they have financial assistance?
Absolutely. We got all kinds of programs, grants, especially for females. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'd love to get you hooked up with them if you're interested. Do you guys have any other questions for Jamie? Again, he's a very friendly face that you're always welcome to talk to.
And he's a single lady.
So we didn't have to break that up, but I'm a single lady. I'm just kidding. Okay.
Yeah, that's all fine and dandy until they find out alternative stuff from. They seem to have that at
Does that mean they sold a bike?
Yes. So
2 already,
three.
huh? 3? I heard 2. 2 bells.
He just came in and told me 3 before noon.
Right on.
Wow, that's
Very exciting.
Right on.
Go sales team. Okay, so yeah, just wanted you to have a friendly face if you ever have a mechanical question. More than welcome to talk to Jamie. Like I said, he's awesome. Okay, so a couple things just kind of gonna wrap it up. Do you guys have any questions so far? Anything we haven't covered and you want? Do you still have questions? Mine is clear. Yes.
I do want to cover Taylor. Just Taylor. Taylor actually is in charge of WEDA's, the local WEDA's chapter, which is an all-female riding group. It's a global all-female riding group.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so thankfully, Taylor is super close. And so if there's anybody who is looking for gals to ride with, meet up with, whatever, I mean, you take a bunch of riders down to Ace Cafe often, don't you? Every week.
There's usually 2 or 3 of us there. Sometimes we have a few more. I'm there. Well, I was there for a while every week. It's been a couple weeks, unfortunately. But really, it's all ages, all bikes. I'm not sure how little you ride. You just have to be a female who loves riding and wants to have a good time.
No judgments, no
whatsoever.
dues, no nothing, which is very cool. So, and I'm really happy that you came here, Taylor, because I think it's very important to know that. I mean, if you want to belong to a club, more power to you. And but if club life is not necessarily for you, there's a lot of all women's riding groups out there that just want more chicks to ride with. And that's the only prerequisite. Is just be a chick, have parts. 2019, like you know, just have parts. And a motorcycle, and let's get together and ride. So
We have mostly new riders right now. We have a few more experienced riders, but we just restarted our group again in the December time frame. So we're slowly growing. We're a small group right now, but we're spread out pretty far, all of Central Florida. I'm really local. You're across town. Big city.
Okay.
So yeah, so
yeah.
we do have a website. The overall Litas website is just litas.com. We also have
How do you spell it?
LITAS.
There you go.
There it is.
This is there, guys. Just another one. We also have a Facebook, the Litas Orlando, and an Instagram at the Litas Orlando. We post all of our meetups there. Right now, it's pretty much just Ace on Thursdays, and then we plan some weekend rides. Trying to make sure we get everyone's schedules. Everyone's different. Morning work, night work, weekend work. But we try and do once a week at Ace, and then maybe twice, 2 weekends a month.
You said Litas.com?
Yeah, thelitas.com. Yeah, acecafe.com.
I haven't been there yet, but.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun. They've got a great bike night on Thursday nights.
There's great bike night, really good parking too, a lot of space.
LITAS. Sorry, I'm not staring at you. That's it.
I am staring at you.
Yeah, so we would love to have you come out.
Their Instagram is beautiful, by the way. It's I think it's one of the most well put together like Instagrams out there. Like, what do you even call that?
Instagram?
We're the Litas Orlando.
The Litas?
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here. It's awesome. Great to have representation.
And I'm right around the corner. If anybody ever wants to meet up in Stormy Hill, you just Stormy Hill or Sun Creek or wherever.
Yeah, one thing I learned about Taylor right away is that she doesn't really care what your schedule is.
Yeah.
She will make her schedule so that you will ride needs. She's real good about that.
Ladies try
It's really hard to find women to ride with. It really is.
Yeah, like women who actually ride.
I mean, I've found a few
Who actually
people
ride that
doing
you
more.
are right with.
The rides from the dealer.
Yeah, so meeting people slowly, but this, I knew that this would be a good contact.
Yeah, you got it.
So the dealer rides, are they exclusively for Harley riders?
No. I welcome
We can
all.
all go?
Oh, yes. Ages, sizes, shapes. Yeah.
Do you guys do service on bikes that are not?
I do not, and only because these guys are all factory trained, so I want that kind of level of service to give to everybody. So I just prefer right now probably give it to dealer. So
No Harley stores will work on other bikes.
I didn't think so, but
None of them do.
there are some dealers, maybe not in Central Florida, but
Or
there
maybe
are
they didn't advertise it necessarily. But
There's some multi-line dealers where they're doing other, they do have other, but not in Central Florida. I don't know of any multi-line dealers in Central Florida. Okay, so one more thing, so the other handout that I have is it's called More Than an Oil Change Campaign. And so, I mean, it's applicable if you don't have a Harley-Davidson. So kind of understanding the services. So what we've learned so far is that your owner's manual is like a complete Bible, right? So this little More Than an Oil Change shows you on a service, okay, a really great basic service, what is done in this chapter. The other thing I'd like to arm you with, come on in, Jim. We'll shy. It's okay. The other thing I want to arm you with before you leave, you have a maintenance schedule. This is right out of the service manual, okay? This is actually in your owner's manual, so you can actually follow. Say you're here with me. I allow you to talk to the technicians. We kind of show you what we do. We use the service manual. We go a little bit above and beyond here for our services, but you can play along with as well and see what was supposed to be done. If you're in Arizona, if you're here, whatever, handling clients, what's been checked. You can go back behind and go like, yeah, looks like I did it. That kind of thing. Whatever your style is. Again, this is such a great piece of information to be armed with. There's a lot more information I didn't bring up, but so servicing your bike is obviously a part of the whole safety and maintenance thing. I know sometimes it's financially not fun, but it really is necessary to keep yourself safe, keep your bike on the road, keep your investment lasting a long time. And there's different levels of maintenance and do it exactly by the book, and I mean, there's just all kinds of options to fit your needs, right? So obviously, I would love to service your motorcycles. I love my guys. I got 5 of them. They've all been factory trained. You met Jamie. He's our master technician, shop foreman. I have another. He's 23. I call him Dino Matt. He's amazing. He's our performance guy. He listens to quantum physics on boards on bikes. He's just really a brilliant man. He just got his master technician, and I have another one of my technicians going this summer for a master technician, and everybody else is kind of going up in their training as well. So we got a great staff here. Lael, obviously female, front counter is empowering, it's awesome. It just she's been a service manager, she's got a lot of knowledge and a lot of insight into the motorcycles.
She knows a lot about warranties too. I think that sometimes it's important to note that she's kind of an encyclopedia, because sometimes the legalese or whatever of a warranty can be kind of, like gray to the owner, but she can break it down for you really, really well.
Awesome. Here. Yeah, so lots of information, lots of good people around here, so just want to talk about that. And so the review is that we learned the owner's manual is great, T-Class will keep us safe. Super simple, you can do whatever you want. Put your mind to it, you're armed with the information for it. One last thing I want to talk about before Steph does her thing is the electric vehicles. Anybody interested in this? Does anybody want to hear anything about it?
All right.
Okay, then I'm going to skip it. The bug slide. We were kind of talking over here about the love bugs, right? So I personally experienced love bugs earlier this week when I went up to Daytona for a training class. In the heat of the day, it was 3 bikes. We used a bottle of that.
1 bottle for all 3 bikes.
But it worked, and it got the love bugs off.
It got everything off.
And then Deb was talking about dryer sheets.
Yeah,
Tell us about that.
The balance, you could rub it on the bike before you go out, they don't stick.
Is it a wet dryer sheet?
No.
I've heard it
Dry.
both ways. Dry dryer sheet.
So it's brand new, like not.
Yeah, they stack. Yeah. Wipe it on your.
That's a nice little trick.
And then the Harley-Davidson line, obviously, it has, oh my god, it has, the detergent all the way down to the gloss. Okay, denim care, if you don't have the shiny, you have the
Yeah,
matte
denim
surface.
finish is weird. Is it your bike denim?
Yeah.
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 Tire and wheel.
They make a special thing for the denim just.
Don't be armor all on those tires either.
Tell us about that.
Yeah. What happened?
Now tell us.
Well, I love my tires so much that I
Her
thought
bike
they
is
should
beautiful.
shine. So I took some Armor All or whatever it was, tire shine they call it, and I went around the outside of the rims too close to the tread.
Oh, no.
And I'm coming up from Marsh Road. I don't know if any of you are familiar, but there's a few sharp turns, and I got here and I was totally freaked out. You told her what I did, and I said I sprayed my tires down, and I feel like I
So
was
it's
losing-
slippery.
Yes, yes. So she had the guys wash my tires down and clean it all off. And, I mean, it was a rookie mistake, you know.
Well,
I just
yeah,
didn't
like,
know.
it's just part of the journey.
It was
We've all
just, you know,
done
like
our
such a
blunders.
stupid move, but whatever. So don't spray your
Yeah. So Harley makes an amazing care line, specifically designed again for their motorcycles and their paint and everything. So they got the whole shebang there for you. And
There's a lot of information and a lot of swag on the tables. Everybody take it all home. The more you take, the less I have to clean up. Need a place to put it? Oh, guess what? I've got a little tool bag for you over here. So it's got Velcro straps on the back. You can Velcro it to the front of your bike or whatever.
You're awesome.
Here we go. My pleasure. Here you go. Put all your swag in there. Roll it up. Roll it right.
do you get one, Linda? Do you want one?
Oh, shit.
Shoot. Okay, we'll fit. My hands don't work. That's so cool.
So we just really appreciate y'all coming. If there's anything you want to talk about or great.
We're raffling also.
Oh yeah, we're raffling.
Raffling.
We're doing it.
Raffling. This will not fit